Yo guys, Floopes900 here. Going to be doing my game pickups for October 16. Now, I didn't get a whole lot this month. Probably about average what I usually get. Nothing like last month where there's like 40 some, 39 games and so forth and so on. But I did get some good stuff. So let's just get started. Got two 3DS games here. Corpse Party, which I did an unboxing for. I got the back to school edition, which it actually only comes in the back to school edition, and probably a digital version on the eShop. I haven't really actually looked at that, so, but yeah. Corpse Party on the 3DS is a remake of Corpse Party, well, remake / port of Corpse Party on the PSP, and adds a few extra chapters in the game, exclusive to the 3DS version, which was amazing. For anyone that doesn't know about Corpse Party is a game where a group of students perform the Sachiko Ever After charm, and it's kind of like a friendship kind of charm, or that's what they think. The Ayumi Shinozaki, she is a paranormal or occult kind of person, so she finds this charm, and she wants them to perform it so they can kind of stay together, tie their bonds together, because who was it, Mayu? I think it's Mayu is actually transferring out of their class or out of the school actually, and into another school, so they're, it's kind of like a we'll always be friends type of deal. But something goes wrong and they get transported to Heavenly Host Elementary, which is a school that stood on their school's grounds many years ago. Like, I think it was in the 50s, or things actually happened in the 50s that made it shut down. So then they have to find a way out of this school, and it's just hell. The whole school is hell, like ghosts everywhere. They aren't the first ones in there that got put there, so they're just victims to this Sachiko Ever After charm, and it's a really awesome game. I would highly recommend getting it. $50 for the back to school edition, which came with the soundtrack and two figurines that have removable parts like facial expressions, arms, and like a little stand. It's pretty awesome. I loved it. So, Code of Princess. Not really sure what to say about this one that much, because I haven't actually played it too much myself. I just picked it up last month, which, as you know, but it's been like, I don't know, maybe like the 15th or something like that of last month. I just haven't really touched it a whole lot. It is something I've been wanting to get for a long time, because it does look really good, and it's more of a 2D side-scrolling type of game, but there's lots of characters that you can get your hands on. It says on the back that there's actually 50 playable characters, and you actually have to find these characters. They're not just like thrown out there for you. I think it's something tied in with the story and where you go and whatnot. It does look rather interesting for a JRPG. I am looking forward to playing more of it for sure. That's all for the PS3, the 3DS games. Next up is the only PS4 game. Okay, well, it's technically not the only PS4 games. I got a couple of digital games I'm going to talk about, but Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I also did an unboxing for. And Rise of the Tomb Raider is a port of the, obviously, Rise of the Tomb Raider from the 360, which was only exclusive for like a year or 11 months or something like that. So thank God that we got it, because fucking Rise of the Tomb Raider is an awesome Tomb Raider game. It's a sequel to It's a sequel to Tomb Raider, the 2013 game, which was a reboot to the series. And I have to say, it's a pretty awesome reboot. I know some people that are really enjoying this game. I myself really enjoy it. I played the 360 version, which I did an unboxing for and whatnot last year. I did impressions and a review for it with Crusaders, so yeah, you guys should also check that out if you're interested. The two digital games I got for the PS4 are Claire Extended Cut, and Claire is a indie horror game about a girl who wakes up in the hospital watching after her mother and then goes downstairs to get some coffee, and basically just hell breaks loose. She gets separated from her mom. Her dog actually saves her from being killed, and she must go through the hospital trying to fight her way back to her mom. It's very interesting. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I am really enjoying it. I think it's definitely worth the money. And the last PS4 game I got, and this was the free game that the PS Plus members got, and that's Resident Evil Remaster. I did have Origins, but I traded that in a while back because I just didn't, I don't know, just didn't really click with me. I couldn't get into it, mainly because Resident Evil 0 is what I was really hyped about, and they kind of just polished it up. It wasn't much of a much of an improvement over the GameCube version in my eyes, so I couldn't get into it that much. But yeah, going on, one PSP game, and this is an import game, and that is Toradora. It is a visual novel game of the the anime manga light novels, which the light novels aren't even in English, so you can't read those, which sucks. I mean, if you know Japanese, you can read them, but they're not English, so yeah. But anyway, I am enjoying this, even though I cannot understand it. I'm kind of just piecing it together in my mind, like cutscenes and the tone of voice and etc. etc. I'm sure what I'm predicting isn't what's actually happening, but I still enjoy it myself. I'm just kind of weird like that. I mean, and I really love the anime. I actually just got done watching it a second time, and that's like the second time in like a month and a half or something. So I don't know. I just really like it. I just really like Toradora. So yeah. Anywho, and going on to the last. Well, not the last. There is one more thing, but I'm going to save that till the end. But moving on to the Vita games, there are 5 of these, and I actually did an unboxing for most of them. Well, for 3 out of 5. Sword Art Online, the Lost Song. I keep wanting to say last song. I don't know why. So I recently got into Sword Art Online and definitely wanted to try the game out. Not too bad. A few things I don't like are the camera angles. They bug the shit on me. And the as far as leveling goes, I think that's pretty fun. I love JRPGs, and I love leveling, and definitely having the skill leveling, like using so and so sword levels your so and so sword skills and so forth and so on. That kind of thing. And I've actually been playing as Asuna for the most part. I have Kirito and Shinon in my party. Now, the one thing that they did do to this game, they kind of changed it a bit, because the story that happened in Sword Art Online and this game kind of changed a little bit, because they talk about Shinon being with them in the SAO, which didn't happen. Shinon was not part of the SAO incident, so I am looking forward to Hall of Realization, though. That should be fun. World of Final Fantasy. I am loving the hell out of this game. World of Final Fantasy is a wonderful JRPG game, and something that should definitely not be overlooked by any means. Lots of time can be spent on it because you can do grinding. You can do grinding. You have a sphere system. Well, it's not a sphere system. It's a mirage board, which you train your mirage. They get SP, and you can move across the board. Like, you have a starting point. You can move. It takes 1 SP to move to the next point, which gains you like extra attack on this said mirage. Which mirages are what you use as kind of like weapons in a sense. Like, you collect them and you can stack them. Stack them meaning your character as the large, medium-sized mirage, and then smaller mirage on top, and that will determine how much HP you have as a group, your strength, defense, etc., etc., and your weaknesses, defense, etc. Like, what I mean is, like, if one of your creatures is weak to fire attacks and you get attacked by a fire attack, then your whole party your whole stack is weak to that fire attack. So, yeah. But I am really loving World of Final Fantasy. I'm so very happy that I picked that up day one. It was definitely worth the money, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing some more, because there's just so much. I'm looking forward to everything in World of Final Fantasy. I'm seeing some iconic characters so far. Yuna, Rika. Let's see. What else? Oh, Chocolate. You know, the shop Chocolate. I've seen her, and I don't know. I thought that was an awesome thing, because I really like. I have a lot of memories of Chocolate, and people may say something about this, but I have memories because of Final Fantasy 13-2, and just, you know, it's like a, oh, hey, you're here kind of thing. But yeah, anywho. Super Dimension Neptune versus Sega Hard Girls. I have to say I have not played this very much at all. I've only played enough to know what's, or get to a save point and, you know, get to know the story a little, or the game a tiny bit. I haven't actually gotten to a fight yet, though. It does look like a lot of fun. It is something I missed out getting day one, but it is something that I was able to pick up in the same month, so that does make me very happy. One thing I do wish, well, not really something I wish, I'm looking forward to actually getting down to setting down to actually play it eventually. So something else I did an unboxing for, Criminal Girls 2 Party Favors. I got the Party Bag edition of Criminal Girls 2. I love Criminal Girls, as you all probably know, maybe. But I did import the Japanese version of Criminal Girls 2 and I actually did a comparison video between the Japanese and the English version, or US version, whatever. So definitely go and check that out if you're interested. Criminal Girls 2 follows the story of 7 sinners who are, well, 7 delinquents who are going through the redemption program led by your character, who is a male who is sent down from Earth to, or brought down from Earth, I should say, to help these girls go through the redemption program and redeem their sins. Can't talk at all for some reason. But it's very interesting because you get into a little bit of a confrontation with someone, another redemption leader, and she says that there's a convict in your group, convict being someone who actually has committed an ultimate sin and cannot reform. So she kind of just kicks you out down into the bottom pits of hell, and you have to find your way back. It's very interesting, and I love the concept behind Criminal Girls, so yeah. But anyway, last Vita game, it's combo kinda, because I mean there's 2 games in one here. Yomawari, Night Alone, and the Firefly Diary. Yomawari is a 3D horror game where you're this little girl who you're walking your dog, and something happens and you lose your dog, so you run back home to your sister, tell her, and she goes after her after looking for the dog, and you have to walk around, find your sister, pick up the flashlight that your sister drops, and you find that you can see all these monsters around town. It's a very interesting horror game. I'm not very far in it. I've cleared chapter 1, I think. Well, the prologue in chapter 1. I really do like the game, though. I think it's a great horror game and something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. And with that said, Firefly Diary, which is the companion game to this, is a 2D side-scrolling horror game where you actually control your character by moving a firefly. And it's very cool and very interesting because you have to solve some puzzles which require you to maneuver correctly and use the shadow elements, which is like you can use a shadow from your character to go into like the shadow realm and do certain things there, like drop bars down so you can make a pathway to the next area, and so forth and so on. It's very interesting and very a very likable game. I've really enjoyed what I've played of that too. And the last thing I want to talk about now, and will be posting a picture of this, is Retcon 3. It is a system I've picked up recently that plays NES, SNES, and Genesis games. And I did get a nice load of controllers with that, which I'm planning to post as well. Or somewhere around here. But yeah. No Genesis games yet, but this opens me up to actually buy Genesis games. So yay! I can get some stuff now. So yeah. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share my video. It does help me out as a small YouTuber. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.